Picture this. You're sitting in a sleek corporate office in New York City, wearing the best outfit you could afford after saving for months. You're nervous but hopeful. This is your big city job interview after moving from your tiny rural hometown. The interviewer, a polished woman with flawless style, eyes you up and down, leans over to her colleague, and whispers just loud enough for you to catch. She's just a small-town girl. She smirks. And the interview wraps up in minutes. They don't even give you a real shot. That moment, it crushed you. But what happened a decade later? Stay tuned, because the comeback that followed left everyone who doubted her absolutely stunned. If you've ever been judged for coming from a small town, dismissed because you didn't have that big city polish, or felt that gut-wrenching sting of being written off without a fare, chance, this story is for you. It's about transforming humiliation into unstoppable success. If you're already feeling that fire, hit that like button now, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an epic tale of justice like this. Let's dive into Emily's story. Emily grew up in a tiny rural town in the Midwest. Think endless cornfields, stretching to the horizon, gravel roads kicking up dust in summer, a small farmhouse where evenings were spent listening to crickets and her mom's stories around the kitchen table. Emily was the oldest of 3 kids. Her dad was a farmer, rising before sunrise to work the land, his hands rough and weathered from decades of toil. Money was always scarce. Higher education? Most folks in town stopped after high school, settling into local jobs or family farms, but Emily was different. She was brilliant, always acing her classes, staying up late with a flashlight under the covers reading library books. She dreamed of escaping, of building something bigger. Her teachers saw it. "Kid, you've got what it takes," one told her. "Head to the city, get a degree, change your life." So, defying the whispers from relatives about how girls should focus on family, Emily convinced her parents to support her move to Chicago. She took out student loans, shared a cramped apartment with strangers, surviving on ramen and determination. She earned her computer science degree, one of the only ones from her town to go that far. Jump to 2015. Emily, 22 and fresh-faced, scores an interview at a buzzing tech startup in NYC. It's huge. An entry-level developer role with solid pay, a real shot at pulling her family out of hardship. She rehearses answers, buys a professional outfit, takes a long bus ride into the city. Heart racing, she enters the office, floor-to-ceiling windows, trendy standing desk, young staff in casual chic sipping artisanal coffee. The interviewer is Victoria, mid-30s, impeccably dressed, designer accessories, that effortless big city confidence. Victoria fires off questions, but Emily senses the scrutiny. Her slight rural accent creeps in when, nervous, she fumbles one term. Victoria notes Emily's resume, small town address, and her simple attire. No fancy highlights, hair in a neat ponytail. Then it hits. Victoria turns to her male colleague and whispers, audible enough, "She's just a small town girl. What would we even do with her here?" They share a subtle laugh. Emily's face flushes hot. Her throat tightens like she's swallowed sand. She feels invisible, reduced to her roots. The interview ends abruptly. "We'll be in touch," Victoria says with a plastic smile. Emily knows it's over. On the bus home, silent tears fall. She replays it endlessly. She's just a small-town girl. It wasn't mere rejection, it was erasure. Like her background made her inferior, not polished enough for their world. That night, in her tiny apartment, a spark ignites. Rage mixes with resolve. "I'll prove them wrong," she vows inwardly. "One day they'll wish they hired me. But success doesn't come quick. More interviews, more subtle snub. Your communication could use work. We're looking for someone who aligns with our urban culture." Emily lands a low-wage gig at a modest IT firm in Chicago, coding overtime while others socialize. She scrimps, sends cash home for loans and her siblings' needs. The shift hits in 2017. Emily dives into online learning, free. Coursera courses, YouTube on AI, and advanced coding. She's relentless. While roommates stream shows, she builds apps, one for farmers to track market prices, another for rural education tools. She shares on GitHub, networks in online communities, especially women in tech groups. A freelance gig appears, debugging for a Silicon Valley startup. She crushes it. Referrals flood in. Emily quits her soul-draining job for freelancing. Income surges, better than any starter salary. She upgrades her setup, dives deeper. By 2019, she's funding a better home for her parents back in the town. Her dad's voice cracks on the phone. "Honey, you've made our dreams come true." Emily's vision grows. She spots the need. Talented folks from small towns overlooked due to bias. In 2020, during the pandemic, she launches Heartland Tech Solutions. It links rural talent to remote global opportunities, offers training, and develops software for agriculture and education. Bootstrapped from savings, No big investors, just pure hustle. It explodes. Steady growth turns viral. By 2022, 50 employees, mostly women and small-town talent. Major contracts, apps for farm subsidies, NGO partnerships. Emily relocates HQ to NYC, fittingly near that old startup. Now Victoria's company? It soared in the app boom but tanked post-pandemic. Poor leadership, toxicity rumors, mass exits, botched projects. By 2024, desperate for a buyout to survive. Emily's firm, valued over $500 million, featured in Forbes, 30s under 30 as the small-town innovator revolutionizing rural tech. The payoff? Karma with Emily's quiet orchestration. Heartland Tech acquires struggling firms for expansion. Talent, tech, clients. Rumors swirl about targeting Victoria's company. Victoria cornered, her role at risk, options worthless. Learns of it. An email arrives from Victoria. Dear Miss Emily Thompson, I've admired your remarkable rise. We'd welcome discussions on collaboration or acquisition. Our teams could complement each other perfectly. Emily reads it. Pulse quickens, not anxiety now, but cool triumph. She recalls the whisper, the smirk. Thoughts whirl. Ignore it. Or let her remember. She sets a meeting. In person. At Heartland Tech's NYC headquarters. The day comes. Victoria enters the boardroom, same luxury bag, but tense smile, fidgety eyes. Emily at the table's head, sharp suit, team flanking. Victoria pitches, our users, our tech, it'd be ideal. Emily listens. Then evenly, Victoria, do you recognize me? Victoria hesitates, puzzled. Emily reminds her, 10 years back. Your office. I interviewed. You whispered. She's just a small-town girl. Victoria pales. Mouth agape, speechless, shock, regret, dread. Emily presses calmly. That small-town girl built this empire from scratch. And now you're seeking my rescue for yours. Silence engulfs the room. Victoria mumbles excuses. I was immature. I regret, but Emily's merciful. She acquires fare for staff, but Victoria, reassigned lower, reporting to a top coder from a rural background like Emily's. Victoria's fall complete. Emily savors it, that wave of vindication like fresh air after a storm. No spectacle. Just earned dominance, that confrontation, pure gold. Victoria's realization hits like a freight train. Face ashen, excuses tumbling out weakly. Emily's composure unbreakable, delivering truth without raising her voice. The acquisition seals it, saving jobs but humbling Victoria forever. Emily's release? Overwhelming triumph, years of doubt erased in one poised moment. Validation earned through grit, not spite. Emily's journey shows that judging someone by their hometown isn't just unfair, it's short-sighted. True justice often builds quietly, in boardrooms and code, not outbursts. It reminds us, never underestimate the fire in someone dismissed as just anything. Man, that moment gave me goosebumps reliving it. If this had you cheering or emotional, smash like, share with anyone who's overcome doubt. And comment below. What's the best comeback or revenge you've seen IRL? Work, family, school. Drop the details. New here. Subscribe and ring the bell. We've got more heart pounding. Reddit revenge stories weekly. Catch you next time.